to it and listen back to it at a later date if that's useful. This is called the lemon exercise, and before we begin, I'm going to ask you to score your stress out of 10. So 10 would be, that's it, my head's about to burst, I've had enough. And 1 would be, I'm fine, I'm not stressed at all. I'm sure just even coming on to a workshop today can be a little bit stressful. I know personally, I can talk about these sorts of things till the cows come home, but actually the IT side of it is what sends my pulse racing. So I'm just relieved that everybody can hear me clearly. I can't hear anybody, whether it's that nobody's speaking, I'm not sure. Okay, so once you've scored your stress out of 10, I'd like you to just take a moment and take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth in your own time. As you breathe out, just be aware of some of the tension leaving your shoulders. Allow them to drop down a little bit if you can. And what I'd like you to do is to close your eyes if you feel comfortable enough to do so. Like I said, make sure that your head's supported. I'd like you to think about the feeling of sunshine on your skin, that warm golden glow that we can feel the minute we step out of the shade into the sunshine. We know, even if we have our eyes shut, we can feel that feeling spreading across our skin. And for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to suggest that each time you breathe in, that you're going to be breathing in some of that golden glow. Breathing in that warmth, that sunny warmth. It's a clear golden haze. There are no allergens in it. It's just a pure golden glow that's going to be spreading across the top of your skin, but also spreading down inside around your body, settling in all the nooks and crannies, warming and relaxing the muscles. So with the next breath now, I'd like you to imagine that golden glow starting at the top of your head and gradually spilling down across your scalp, a little bit like being under a warm shower. Feeling that golden glow trickling down across the top of your head and your forehead, warm and heavy, safe and relaxed with every breath that you take. Breathing in that sunshine, that golden glow, and feeling it travelling around your eyes and the backs of your eyes, down through where your jaw operates, down across your chin, your mouth, your nose, and sinking down across the front of your throat. And at the same time, that golden glow is sinking down across the top of your scalp, down behind your ears, down through the back of your neck, vertebrae by vertebrae, and spreading out across the top of your shoulders. With the next breath, I'd like you to imagine that golden glow sinking down now from your shoulders, down into your upper arms, warming and relaxing the muscles, settling on all the tendons and ligaments, soothing, calming and relaxing with every breath that you take. And each time you breathe out, I'd like you to imagine you're breathing out some of the worry, some of the tension, some of the anxiety, just breathing it out and letting it go for the next 10 minutes. That warm golden glow sinking down now through the big muscles of your upper arms, swirling around your elbows and down into your forearms, warm and heavy, safe and relaxed with every breath that you take. Swirling down now around all the tiny bones and ligaments of your wrist and fanning out across your fingers. That golden glow pushing any tension out through your fingertips. Your entire arms now feeling warm and heavy, safe and relaxed. One arm may feel warmer than the other or heavier than the other. That's fine. Your body's doing really, really well. With the next breath, that golden glow is going to travel down from your collarbones and your shoulder blades, vertebrae by vertebrae, rib by rib, that warm, heavy, Sinking feeling as it settles on all those tendons and ligaments and muscles. Warm and heavy, safe and relaxed as you give yourself permission to let go for the next 7 minutes. Sinking down, vertebrae by vertebrae, down your spine, warming and soothing your back, feeling your back sink into whatever is supporting you at the moment. Maybe not being quite sure where your back begins and the chair ends, and that's absolutely fine. Sinking down from the bottom of your ribs and your sternum to your tummy, relaxing all the organs inside your body. Warm and heavy, safe and relaxed, deep inside your tummy. That warm golden glow sinking down now through your hips and your pelvis. Warming and soothing every muscle. Calm and heavy, warm, safe and relaxed with every breath you take. Breathing in that relaxation and breathing out the tension, letting it go as that golden glow travels down your thighs now. Really soothing, calming and relaxing all those large muscle areas. Warm and heavy, safe and relaxed as it circulates around your knees, sinking down through your calf muscles now. Soothing, calming, warming, letting that golden glow settle into any nooks and crannies where there's any residual tension. Knowing that for the next 7 minutes it's going to stay doing its magic on all those tendons, sinking down towards the ankles now, your entire legs warm and heavy, safe and relaxed as it moves through all the tiny bones of your ankle and the ligaments, stretching out across your feet and pushing the last bit of tension out through your toes. Your entire body now warm and heavy, safe and relaxed with every breath that you take. And as your body is doing so well now, I'm going to ask you and invite you to take yourself off to a place that you feel comfortable sitting on your own. It's a place you know well. It could be on your sofa, in your bedroom, in your garden, and a favourite spot where you like to go and walk. And I'd like you to just imagine that you're sitting there for a moment, and in front of you is a plate. It's a plate you've seen lots of times before. I have no idea what colour or shape it is, but you know the shape and the colour and the pattern, if there is any. I'd like you to imagine that on that plate there's a lemon. And it's a huge lemon. It's as big as a melon, a honeydew melon. It's massive. And it is bright, acid, lemon, yellow. There is no other name for that colour. I'd like you to really take a close look at that lemon for a moment. Look at the skin, how tight it is. It's a very, very fresh lemon. It's almost like an orange, but tighter, that skin. Really shiny. It looks like plastic, but it isn't. In fact, you can already begin to smell a faint lemony smell. I'd like you to look at either side of that chubby lemon. It's pointed at both ends. One end that was pointing towards the ground is the pointiest, but the other end where it was attached to the tree is pretty pointy too, and you can see the little circle where it was attached. And the skin around there is pleated almost and tinged with green. It looks like this lemon could have actually got bigger. And the more you look, the more you become aware of this faint lemony smell, and you can see the pits within the lemon skin. And I'd like you to imagine that for the next few minutes, you're going to be cutting that lemon in half. And the minute you pierce that lemon rind, that bright acid lemon yellow lemon rind, there is a little spray, a little mist of lemon oil. You may feel it like little pinpricks on your upper lip. And the smell gets so much stronger. And the more you cut through that lemon, the stronger the smell becomes, really tangy, Really tropical, really refreshing and zingy. And as you cut down, you can see the bright white lemon pith right behind that bright yellow lemon rind. It almost looks like it's made out of marshmallow. Really white, real contrast to the skin. And inside that, a slightly duller yellow lemon flesh. You can see the triangular segments, and there's a puddle of juice beginning to spill onto the plate. That's okay. It might even have a couple of pips in it. But the more you cut through and the more you release that juice, the stronger and stronger the smell becomes, until it's completely enveloping you. You can see those triangular segments absolutely filled with strand upon strand of lemon juice, just waiting to burst open. And once you've cut the lemon all the way through, I'm going to ask you to imagine that you're holding half of that lemon up to your nose and just breathe in some of that tangy, zingy, lemony smell. Let it burst into your nostrils. It may tickle them slightly. It's such an incredible smell. We couldn't mistake it with anything else. And then when you're ready to hold that lemon up to your mouth and to just suck in a little bit of that lemon juice and feel it exploding into your mouth, really tangy, really sharp. It might make your mouth tingle and make your teeth feel a bit squeaky, and just become aware of your body already beginning to produce saliva. Your mouth might be watering quite considerably. When you've tasted that lemon, I'm going to invite you to imagine that you're putting the lemon back on the plate and putting the plate to one side. I'd like you to just be aware of your body for a moment, to just be aware of how calm and relaxed you feel. Warm and heavy, totally in control, giving yourself permission to step away as you have done today. I'd like you to be aware of your fingers and your toes now. To think of that warmth, relaxation, and to bring that feeling back with you as you begin to become more aware of your body and the chair that's supporting you. Remembering that for the next 24 hours at least, each time you think of lemons or see something lemon yellow, that your body will be reminded of this state of relaxation, calmness and control that you're in right now. Becoming more aware of the room around you, and when you're ready, opening your eyes and bringing those feelings back with you. Now, if I can just imagine or invite you to take a few more deep breaths and to be aware of how your body feels, I am going to ask you to give some feedback in a little moment. I'm going to ask you to rescore your stress levels and see where they are now. But what's really, really important about relaxation is that it allows our body to recalibrate. 20 minutes of good relaxation where our mind and body are relaxed at the same time is actually the equivalent of 2 to 3 hours deep sleep. It's a cumulative process. The more we do it, the more our bodies get used to it. But also during that exercise, some of you, or maybe all of you, will experience your mouth beginning to fill with saliva. What that really indicates for us is that even though there are no lemons around most of us, that you were in a place where I suggested lemon juice was coming and you accepted that suggestion. So your body got ready some salivary amylase to begin to digest that lemon juice. So the thoughts that we have not only affect our mood and our well-being, but they also affect the biochemistry of our bodies. If you can imagine how with no lemons around you, your body can produce saliva ready to digest that acid, then I'm sure you can imagine that when we are feeling stressed or worried or anxious, that our bodies is going to produce chemicals and hormones that can have a negative impact on our body too. So just be very aware that what we think and what goes on in our minds really has a psychological and physical impact on us and how we move through the world, how we operate on a daily basis. So if it's okay now, I'm going to ask people to give me a little feedback, whether it was how they found it, what they experienced going on in their body, whether it was easy. You know, we don't learn to ride a bike the day before we do a bike marathon. This is a cumulative process. The more we do it, the more our body goes, oh, okay, we're doing that thing where we can turn the stress off. So it does require practice. If you imagine how practiced we've all become at stress, particularly over the last 12 months, this is something that we need to do on a regular basis, whatever form of relaxation we engage in. So if it's okay, I'd just like people to see if they feel that they can feed back onto where their stress was before and where they've scored it afterwards, or on what they experienced.